Hi everyone, welcome back to Eclectic. Alu, thank you so much for being here today, for subscribing and for liking my videos. That means a lot because this helps me spread the message, okay? So thanks a lot. Please subscribe. Today I'm answering a question from a fellow viewer here. There's a bird that is very happy that fall is starting here in Argentina, so he's actually singing. So I'm sorry if you can hear it, but actually it's very lovely, but not for the purpose of the video, okay? So today I received a question. Actually, I received it quite a few times on Facebook and also here in this channel and in my Spanish speaking channel, and that is, why do narcissists go back to the old source of supply? Why do they come back to me? If they discarded me, they left me. This is a fairly reasonable question for a person that is not disordered. You have to remember that these individuals are disordered people. They have personality disorder, or they would rank very highly on the narcissistic scale, you know. So we all have narcissistic traits. That's for another video, but we need them to survive as a person, but they have highly narcissistic traits, you know, that are damaging to others. That's when it becomes difficult. So they do have a problem, so they don't react normally. So it's a great question. Why do they come back, right? They do this because either, remember how they manage with supply, they live for the supply that keeps their internal self regulated. The main reason usually is that the supply that they currently have is not enough, or has disappeared, or maybe it's not what they thought it was. In terms of supply, remember, they think everything is about supply and what the other person can give them. It's not about you. It has nothing to do with you and your qualities. You may think that they had this possibility that they've been thinking a lot about this, and they realized they were wrong, and they will come back to redeem themselves, and everything will be great. No, I'm sorry to tell you this like this so plainly and bluntly, but the thing is, they don't do that. Remember, they are self-referencing individuals, so everything is about them and what they need. It's not about you, you see? So everything will be about them and what they want to get from you. And so once you get to understand that and really comprehend that deeply, you will see this for what it is, and the illusion of a reivindication of them, or of them coming back to say they're sorry and all that, will disappear, because it's not possible with them, with this disordered people. They may apologize, but they will be fake, and you will feel it, you will know it's fake. And so yeah, that's the main reason why. It's the failure in the supply system, you know, that's why they come back. And that's the short answer, but now I want to tell you something more about the empaths. There's this dynamic between empaths and the narcissist, right? So highly empathic people are prone to interact and give space to narcissistic, or enter a relationship with a narcissistic person, highly narcissistic person, because empaths have this highly activated attachment system this would be seeing the good in others automatically, and they always think that there's good in other people, and which is great, really. It's a great quality to have. We need more of that in this earth, you know, on this earth. But you need to take care of yourself by knowing that you go about like that. that you have a highly activated attachment system, that you also have a great, strong inner critic, which is very, very harsh on you, will automatically assume it's your fault, you did this wrong, you are so self-aware of that you may have done something wrong. So that's the second thing. And also you may have this people-pleasing tendency, and so if you have those three things, you are a great prey to a predator like a narcissist, because the narcissist is always self-referencing, so you will be always taking care of them, never accepts really that they are the problem. They will always put all the guilt on you, all the problems on you. You are the causes of everything that's wrong in the world, and you will take it, because if you have this attachment system, you will take that. And you will also value a lot when you are seen, when you are validated, when you are your qualities are being acknowledged. Those are your weak spots, and the narcissist gets them like it's dark chocolate, you know, or something tasty that you like. So that's what happens. And one more thing that I want to say: if you take that person back when it's hoovering, that hoovering narcissist will go back to the cycle of abuse. So the cycle of abuse will be restarted. So a word of warning now: if you happen to fall for that hoovering, which is the narcissist re-idealizing old sources of supply, you will be the victim again, and very, very soon, because the cycle of abuse, remember how it works? It's first the idealization, then moves on to the devaluation, and then the discard. So the cycle repeats itself many times during a relationship with a narcissist. And the idealization phase, which was longer at the beginning when you first met, will reduce and be shorter, and so the devaluation will be longer and harder, because they have this resentment that, and they have this idea that the prey has disappeared from, and they lost control of the prey, and so they will go back and be harder on them, and they will punish the prey, which is you. They are resented because they feel resentment because you get away the first time, right? So they will come back and punish you. And also because, don't forget, they are self-referencing. So everything they idealize you about, let's say, or everything they say about you that you like, that's the part when the trauma bond begins again, because your oxytocin starts to rise and all that. But everything they say about you and all that will be short-lived, because there's no way you can match the grandiosity they have in mind. So there's no way you can maintain that image that they have, right? So that will be short-lived, and then you will move on to the devaluing stage, which we know it's horrible and you don't want to be abused, right? One more thing, I would urge you to ask yourself this: why would you go back to a person that hurt you so much? And to remember, everything that they did to you is a great tool. Just write down, make a list that you have available always, so that you can go back to that list and read different things that they did to you, and go back to that list whenever you are doubting yourself, or you need to resist this traumatic bond replaying itself over and over again, which is a traumatic bond from hell. Because let's go to the empath part that I wanted to say. The empaths have these three things, right? The attachment system, the need to please, and the strong inner critic. So when the idealization phase happens, what usually happens is that there's a huge spike on oxytocin, and I explained this better in the traumatic bond video, but there's this cocktail of hormones and of chemicals in the brain that makes us hook to the narcissist, because they use this push and pull when they do the idealization, and then when they devalue and then go back and go for, and that cements the traumatic bond, and so you will experience this spike on all those love hormones, let's call them, and then the pain of the devaluation, and then again when you try so hard to go back to the idealization, you get crumbs of that, and so that's how you maintain that reward system that the brain is looking for, really. So you have to overcome that. The Hoovering has that objective or goal, and which is to hook you back into the cycle of abuse, because they extract their supply from there to maintain their status quo, let's say, or their levels of self-esteem, of self-awareness, of toxic shame or depression or whatever they have going on stable. So by making you feel worse and devalued and seeing that you go back to them people pleasing and trying, you go out of your way to do whatever they need, that's what they drink. That's the juicy part for them. That's what I want to say. You have to develop this inner warrior and be strong and be self-aware and critical in an objective way. See the facts, the list I told you to write, all the things that they did to you. And so look at that, look at things objectively and realize that this is going back to the old place, to the abusive place, It's going back to the recycling of the abusive cycle. I hope you will be taking care of yourself and developing that warrior mentality. Be strong and take care of yourself for change. And I will see you